Hey, what's up, everybody? You can see the market is down today. We're getting a little bit of a pullback from yesterday's bounce. You can see ADA down 7%, Tia down 3 3/4. You can see Litecoin down 1%, Axelar 4%, Dog 6%, Theta 2.5%, Monero 1%, Bitcoin 1.5%, Jupiter 2.5%, Hedera almost 5%, and you can see XRP is actually up today 4%. Let's take a look. So we got XRP up today 4%. Well, meanwhile, the rest of the market's kind of like wah, wah, wah. Wow, it actually looks pretty nice. I like it here. Remember what we talked about, right? We want to first of all, is this 5 waves? 1 2 3 4 5? Possibly, right? Possibly could be a diagonal there. Um, or do we have 3 waves up and then 3 waves down, right? 3 waves down. And then we got 3 waves back up. Or maybe 1 2 3, and then we're flagging out in here for a 4. Maybe we get 5. So 3 up, 3 down, then 5 up. Boom, 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 boom. There's your A, B, C right there. And then once we get up here, then maybe we come back down in 3 and into reaccumulation, then go up. Or we can get up here and then flag out, like a nice ABC, right? We have 1, 2, if it's a diag, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC. So there's when you're in the retrace, right? So you have point A, point B, and now you have point C. This is the hardest point. Easy, easy, hard, because you're in the retrace levels. It could go either way. But to me, I think it's going to go higher. I just don't know if this is a B wave, right? So this could be, I think it is because it's corrective A, and then we come up one, boom, boom for B, and then we come down for C, and then we go up. So we get a big, so we have 3 up, and then we get 3 down, and then we go. So we would have one more hit to the high, and then probably come back down. And that kind of makes sense because Friday's coming up. Sell the news, right? So where's Friday at? Right? Because you have that crypto summit. Everybody knows it's coming. So it's not a surprise unless they announce something. But I don't really think they're going to announce anything. I think it's just a roundtable discussion of them conversing about crypto policy and what the future may look like in regards to how they should roll this out, So we'll find out. Brad Garlinghouse should have been there. Charles from ADA should have been there. So I'm not sure why they're not. I mean, to me, if anybody should be there, it should be Brad Garlinghouse. I mean, he's the guy. He's got the biggest fintech company in the world, or in the United States, which is Ripple. You can say, oh, it's Coinbase. Yeah, but Coinbase is an exchange. All right. You got, how many exchanges are there? You got thousands of exchanges, at least hundreds, right? There's so many different exchanges. Now, Coinbase is the big boy, but Ripple is the largest actual blockchain company, right? They're actually having utility, not just exchanging crypto, right? So, yeah, let's see if we can get up here a little bit higher, and then maybe we get a rise, crash, retrace, reaccumulation, sideways, breakout. The problem is it's really hard to know exactly how this plays out as we retrace, right? Because we had 5 waves down. And then as you start retracing, it becomes difficult to know exactly how the wave structure can play. I can give you ideas. For example, we can get up here and it could just creep and creep and creep and then go, right? Or you can have like a rise, like a rise, crash, retrace, reaccumulation, go. Same. It's just different variants, right? Or this can come up here and spike, and then maybe you would have 3 waves there, right? And then you come down in 3, and then you go up in 5. Or this is an A, this is a B, and then we're going to get a C and then go. Maybe it's a flat, right? There's just not enough information to go off of, right? Here's what we do know. Here's what's bullish. We came down in 5 waves. We have bullish divergence. We created this little base right in here. We broke out of the base, and then we came down, we back tested it, we held it, and now we're starting to go higher. That's what we know. That's the fact. That's not an idea. That's a fact. And that is what we have to work with. Now the question becomes, well, now what? Well, again, maybe we get 3 down. We got 3 up. Maybe we get 3 down, and then we kind of consolidate a little bit and then continue higher. What is the likelihood of this thing just firing up like this? I mean, yeah, that's possible too. And that would be amazing if we could get that. But it's not going to be so easy, right? This is a complicated area, but it's not too complicated because we can figure out certain things, right? It does have that head and shoulders look to it. So that's a concern, right? And we also have this 3-wave move here, which could be a concern, right? So you have 3 down, and then you have 3 up. Well, what if you get 5 back down? You know what I mean? That's the risky part. That's what we don't know. Because if this is a 5th wave, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, I just don't think that's a 5-wave move. If it is, then this is an A, this is a B, and then we should get C and then go up. A, B, C. And this was a flat. So that's the danger. That's the dangerous situation that we have. I don't think that's going to be the case because then it becomes too big. Well, maybe not because it starts from here now, right? So if you start this from here and then you go to where we started breaking, that's 100 days, right? Between 70 and 100 days. If you start this here and come here, we're at 62 days, but that recent low put us to 87, and currently we're at 92 days. So we're in the same ballpark as far as time goes. So the main idea here is that this is not a 5th wave, right? The idea is that we haven't gotten the 5th wave. This is 1, 2. This is 3, 4, and 5. The proportions don't look right. Look how big this looks and look how small that looks. It just doesn't look right. So that's why I don't think that's the case. I think this is a 1, 2, and then another 1, A, B, C, 2. Right? So if this is a 1 and a 2, then that didn't really take that long. That's all the time we had. And that could match up with how long this took. This and this are in the same degree. That's why this wave down here is also a question mark, because is this 1, 2, 1, A, B, C, 2? Or is it 1 and then A and then B and then C? So 1, A, B, C, or W, X, Y. So there's your 3-wave move right here. That's a 1, that's a 2. It's a running flat. I don't know. That's the big thing, right? So if that's the case, then we're on track here, because this is how big this is. But if the 5th wave ended here, then the clock starts here, not here, which means all we have is from here to here, which is not that long. That's only 42 days. So if this was going to come down here, like A, B, C, then you would measure it from here all the way to here, and that would be your distance. That would be ballparking it right around, yeah, about 70 days, maybe 70, 80 days, which makes sense because that's in the same arena as this. So that's the big conundrum, you know. Is this a fourth wave? Is this a flat? Which I believe it is. That's been the main idea. This is an ABC. This is a flat. This is a 1. ABC2. This is another 1. Maybe we get another ABC2. And we have a 1, 2, 1, 2 here. And now we're about to set sail for a wave 3. That's what I think. That's what I hope to happen. Doesn't mean that will happen. That's not financial advice. We could be wrong. We could go down. But I don't see, I have to weigh out what makes more sense. And to me, there's really two options here. Option 1, this is an A, this is a B, and then we get a C. And then we go up. Or my main idea, this is a flat, this is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 1, this is a 2, and then we go up. So it's basically, those are the options. Do we go down, then up, or do we just go up? I think we just go up. But if we do go down, we should know, right? We'll know before it happens, because if we start breaking below, 215, if we start breaking back below that line, then it's going to be, okay, well, maybe it's more likely we go down. So as long as we stay above 230, right? As long as we stay above 230, the bullish argument is is definitely on the top of the list. So that's pretty much it for XRP. Is there anything else? I mean, there's any way you can look at this. You can look at it like this is a boom, boom, boom. That could be 3, but I don't like how small it retraced. But if you don't use the wick, so if I go here, I go to take the wicks off and just look at it. Oh, wow, look at that. That looks completely different now. Whoa, I should have did this before. Okay, so that's different. That's way different. So interesting. Wow. So this could be 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, is the third the biggest? Is the third wave cannot be the smallest? See, I don't have, yeah, it's not the smallest. That sucks. Hoping it was. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a second opinion on that. Is that 5 or 3? Because at first it started looking like a 1, 2, 1, 2. Then you get 3, then you need 4, then you want 5, but we didn't get 5. So that's why I think it's not a 5-wave move. But if you say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, it works, but it just, the proportions don't look right. Or what would make more sense is this is 1, 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. But even that just doesn't look right either. So I'm going to say that is not a 5th. I'm going to say this is a B, right? But what really stuck out at me is this right here. Look at this freaking wave here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. What does the daily look like? Wow. See, when you get rid of the wicks, it totally just changes it. So now you have a very, very, very clear identifiable three-way pullback. So now, without the wicks, my count has completely changed. Now, I'm looking at this as still a flat, 3 up. Oh, so where did the other one go? Now I definitely have 3. Because remember, when I went to the 12-hour chart, look what happened there. See, I had 1 2 1 2, and then I had a big pop. Okay, now look at it. And when I go to the daily, now it's gone. So now that tells me it is only 3 waves. It is not 5. That's what we want. We don't want 5, because if it's 5, then that means this is 1 2 3 4 5, and then we're done. And then we have 3 down. We're gonna get 3 up, and then we get 5 down, and then we're gonna come way the hell down here and then go up. That would suck. That would take a long time, and that would suck. So the alternative to that would be 1 2 3. This is 4, and now we get 5. And that's the main idea. That's still my main idea. Okay, but now instead of it being a flat here, and instead of it being an expanded flat without the wick, now it's a running flat, right? So you have A, B, and then C. That was our original count, right? But and then this was a 1 2, but this can't be a 1 2 because look, we broke the low here, but the wick was down here, so you know what I mean? So it's completely different. I would have to put both charts side by side so that we can get down to business here. And then we're finally going to get our answer, right? Figuring out an answer does not take a 10-minute video. Figuring out something complicated like this takes time. You got to go through the work to get to the answer, right? I could do the work for you prior to making me the video, prior to doing the video, and I could just tell you the answers. But then where's the fun in that? Where's the learning? Where's the skill in which it takes to get to the answer, right? Okay, so let's go to XRP, right? It's not just easy as looking at a chart. You actually it actually takes work. We got to actually figure this out. And then you can see how I come to these conclusions rather than just telling you what the conclusion is. It's like, well, how did you get there? Well, you're seeing it in real time. And most people don't like to do that because it kills time. But I think this is time well spent because it's real life. This is how we really get there. So here's both charts side by side. Here's the original with the wicks. Here's without the wicks. And let me tell you what, without the wicks, I thought with the wick it would be more bullish, but without the wicks, it actually looks even more bullish. This is pretty interesting. Okay, so here we have an A, B, C, a flat, right? And the flat ended here. And this is a 1 and this is a 2. This is a 1, this is a 2. Okay, that's the idea. But now this, completely different. Now, here we go, grand finale, here we go. So now we have 3 down, confirmed without a doubt. And then this is 3 up without a doubt. And then, look what we have here, guys. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 down. Okay? So that means we have 3 down, 3 up, and 5 down. So this is an A, this is a B, and this is a C. And it's complete. And this, my friends, is a wave 1, and this is a wave 2. So this is a 1, and this is a 2. So the Trump pump and dump everybody talks about, oh, why did it go up and pump and then dump? What's wrong with Trump? Right? Well, basically what Trump did, if this is the case, maybe it isn't, but what he did was he basically set off wave 1. So we were think about that for a minute. We were at the bottom of this flat here, down here. And that's when he tweeted that out. At the bottom of a 3-wave move, at the end of a 5-wave C leg. So we pumped, and then we pulled back. you know, you could say we pumped and dumped, but, you know, define dump, right? Define pullback, right? You could pull back 30% or you can dump 30%. I mean, what's the difference? So this is a 1 and this is a 2, and then maybe we get, now let me make it a little bit bigger here. So maybe we get like an A, B, and a C, and this is a 1, this is a 2, and then we go up. Or this is a 1, this is a 2, and then we're just going to start rolling on up. So there you go. I'm kind of glad I took that off. Look at the 2-day chart. It looks completely different. Wow. That actually looks insanely bullish. See, if you remove the wicks, sometimes that could be a good thing, right? I put the wicks on. It just maybe adds a lot of noise to it, right? I take the wicks. Wait, was that the borders? I take the wicks off and it removes a lot of noise, right? So the important part of the chart is the candle. These are the candle bodies. This is the close, right, and the open. So there's no wicking, right? So this is actually really beautiful on the 2-day chart. You got a 3-wave pullback here, or you actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it really looks more defined as 3. And you got 3 here and you got 3 here. So you got a perfect 3-wave move, and now you're impulsing. So the idea is to impulse a little bit more, and then maybe we flag out in here and then go up. That, my friends, is, I think, a really, really good idea. I think it's real solid. It gives you the rise, crash, retrace, reaccumulation sideways. It makes sense for what this is, right? And it's also a running flat. Remember, before it was an expanded flat. So it still is an expanded flat technically because of that major wick, but it, you know, we didn't close down there, right? So as long as we stay above that low and that low between, you know, according to this chart, right? You're looking at 207 and you're looking at 218, right? So all we got to do is stay above those two lines. If we go below it, then I look at this like, okay, we got 3 down. Then if this comes up in 3, then maybe we get 5 back down later and then go up. And this was a 5th wave, but I don't think it was. So it's all dependent on this, because another reason I don't think it is because if you look at ADA, there is no 5th wave, right? And then if I put XRP side by side, see, the 5th wave is supposed to be here, but ADA, Algo, HBAR, all the big guys, they don't have that 5th wave. So why would XRP? That's why I think this was a trap. That's why it broke out, because because it was creating this flat. And flat is a breakout to the upside, fake out, breakdown to the downside, fake out, right? So it faked everybody out up here and it faked everybody out down there, right? So now you're kind of consolidating in here, which I think is bullish. So I'm gonna have to look at more charts more often without the wicks, because it completely changes the way it looks as far as the structure. And sometimes that could be good, sometimes maybe not, right? I mean, look at the 4-day. It looks really nice. I mean, look at that. Perfect 3, perfect 3, perfect 3. You know, I'm trying to figure out how these. Now the weekly, I don't like the look of the weekly. This looks a little bearish, but it is the weekly, so the monthly looks fine. All right, now let's go to the 4-hour. Okay, so now the 4-hour is definitely 5. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got an impulse and a pullback. So looks really good. So that should do it for XRP. I'm just going to get a screenshot here. Okay, let's take a look at ADA now. So let's put the wicks on. Okay, taking a look at it. Looks perfectly fine. I mean, it's pretty much the same, right? And then let's take the wicks off. And yeah, you got pretty much the same. Issue is, though, that we have 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd rather it be 3, but we got 5. So if it's 5, then that means this wave should be a B. And then we should get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for C. And then, I mean, I hope not. I don't. Or what we could see here is a W. Check this out. Will it work? Would it work? Let me see. Let me put the wicks on here. Okay, so you notice the wick. So if you look at it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that works. But since you have this wick, it's actually more bullish with the wick on than with it off. But it shouldn't matter, right? It shouldn't matter. So I like the double bottom here. And I like the, oh, look at the bullish divergence on the daily. Beautiful, right? So if we take the wicks off again, you know, it's still, that's your 3, right? And then let me put it back on. Yeah, so that's your 3 here. So, okay, so if it's not that, and we have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then this should be 3 and this should be 5 and then go. I don't think that's the case, though. Or, I forgot what I was going to say, it was right here, we could have a W, X, Y, X, and Z. Right? Let me see if that would work on here. I don't know because of the wick here. I'm not sure if that would work. But it does look pretty good, and that is a common flag, right? So if I put a regression trend, we should get a very orderly, you know, I shouldn't have to play with it. There we go. And then we turn it off. Log scale. Okay, so there's our perfectly aligned channel, our regression trend. And it actually looks really good, right? So you can see we actually broke above it, and now we're coming back below it. But you can see how well the mean was respected. So yeah, that's a bull flag, right? We are impulsing and we are flagging out. So eventually these flags break to the upside. It's just a matter of time. So since we had this big impulse, now it's kind of like, okay, we got to flag out maybe a little bit more and then get going here. But we don't have much time because March is clicking, right? We really only have 60 days left for alt season. I mean, technically 90, but May is also a little bit questionable. March and April are the best months for crypto. Well, actually February, March, April, and then you have November and December are the best months. So, yeah, we're gonna need to see some interesting things coming out here. So, let's see if we can get it. So nothing really too much on EDA, but let's look at the small time frames. Yeah, I just don't like this. I don't know if this pump damaged the chart or if it made the chart better, because, you know, I would much rather it be like 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we have our third right here, and this is our 4, and then we go up and get 5, but we have that to deal with. So what I do like here, though, is we have a 5-wave move. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have a 3-wave pullback, but I don't like this wave, it looks a little bit stretched. So is this a 1 and then a 2? Most likely it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, come down B, and then maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here for C. So you'd get like 5 down, 3 up, and then another move down. Or this move can be like a reaccumulation move like that. So it's going to be one of those options. Not sure which one. Filecoin, just kind of bearish. You know, you got these big moves, big move down, then you flag out. That's just kind of looks like what it's doing. But it'll do it until it doesn't, right? And that's when it's time. Ethereum also looks bearish. I mean, it's bearish because of the way it looks, but it's getting to the point where something's got to come up, right? You know, we want this to go sideways. If we do that and we build a base in here and then we start moving off like that, that's going to be very bullish. If we have that look, that's the look that I want to find. That's the look that's what we want to see there. So let's see if we get it. Really nothing's changed. Theta, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got a little bit of a diag there. This could be A, B, C, right? And then you can have 3 up and then another wave down, but I don't think so. I think it's pretty cooked, and I think it's reached maximum pain here. I mean, you're literally right at the bottom here, and you actually broke it. So we actually took the low right here. This was the low. Right? That was 3 up, 3 down. That marked the low, and you can see right here we crossed it. So all of these areas are dollar cost averaging long-term strategy ideas or prices. So this wave here is just this wave here. So A, B, C. So it's all about establishing the base and then getting your retrace. And then see, we're so far away, it's pretty sad. But once we get, the first thing we have to do following this 3-wave move is build a base. Build some type of structure that says, hey, I'm strong, like over here. Then you want to build off of that, right? And then once you get into the retracement levels, then it becomes even more challenging because not only you have to battle all of this, but you also have to battle all of this. So it's basically double the resistance, right? So you could see this, we went up pretty nicely without really stopping. So we got to get up here and then we got to flag out in here probably again, and then we can probably go for it. But it's probably going to take a long time. But I don't know if we have that time. It just all depends how fast we can turn around and get going, right? But the first order of business is establishing a bottom, and we haven't completely done that yet. So that's what we're waiting for. There's just nothing to tell us except for the 5 waves. But even if it's 5 waves, we don't know if this wave is finished yet. So that's what we're waiting for. But I can tell you we're getting close. I mean, I think we're right there. So other than that, let's see, what's Chainlink doing? So Chainlink's going to be at the conference, and what do you know? It popped up a little bit here. Yeah, nothing there really. Just kind of flagging out. I mean, for Chainlink, it's, you know, the best thing I can say is flag out and go higher. right? And this looks like an impulse. So we got a 1. Now we need a 2, right? And then we want to come up here and take these highs. That would be the next order of business. XLM and algo look pretty weak so far. Yeah, I just don't like how this came up like 3 and then it slammed back down again. So are we going to get another move like this? 3 up, 3 down, come back down here and then go up? Maybe. Same thing with SHIB. I mean, we got to see how this is coming down like this. We need to level off and go sideways like this. And then we can start looking to go up. But this hasn't confirmed that we've leveled off yet. So that's what we're waiting for. And that's the frustrating part, you know. Bitcoin dominance. I mean, that looks like a nice 3-way pullback there. So let's see if it goes a little bit higher. But the DXY, well, no, that's not the DXY is, where are you at? Is plummeting. And you would think crypto would have some kind of reaction, but nope. XRP. So you could see both of them were kind of going up in here. And now dollar's completely falling. XRP's coming back. So let's keep it going. I haven't looked at Dogecoin in a while. Dogecoin looks pretty good. It looks like a falling wedge to me. It looks like we have a falling wedge for Doge. Let's see if I could. So let's see if we could break it. And I think we will. I definitely think we will break it to the upside because you need a retracement, right? So this is what I have to say, that we have to establish a bottom, establish a base, which I think we're in the process of doing. And then once we establish that base, then we can look for a retrace. And then once we get the retrace, right, we start retracing this wave, then we can look for many different things, right? Does it have to come down into reaccumulation? Does it have to be an ABC? I mean, there's a lot of different sketchy things that happen in retraces. But this is actually easy, right? Because what do you have? You have point A, you have point B, but where's point C, right? We don't have that yet. So once this finishes, we should get going here. So yeah, Dogecoin looks actually pretty decent right here. Let's zoom in and see. Yeah, but when I zoom out, it looks a little bit weh. Looks a little bit sorry, right? Because you got 5 waves down, you got 3 waves up, and then you have another hit to the low, but we actually have a double bottom here. But then you got this little thing. So you know what? You just need time. We need more structure. We need more time. We need something to say, hey, yeah, we're chilling here. So far, the only thing I have is a double bottom, and I'll take it. I will take it. I only have 3, and I have 3 here. Impulse, impulse, maybe, right? So sideways is what we want, and then we want to break out. I think a big breakout is coming. I just think that it might take a few days in here, right? So right now we are March 6th. So I would say in the next week we should have our answer. So one more week, we should have an answer here. Because I don't like when it goes like this. See how it's going up and down and up and down. We don't want that. We want it to do this kind of, right? We want it to do, see if I go back in the day here. We want it to do this over here. See how we had our 5-wave move right there. We had divergence, and then we went up in 3, and then we came back down in 3. That's what we want. And that itself created this base in here. And basically, we were just kind of going sideways. And then we broke out. Right? So, here's your 5-wave move. You got 3 up. Maybe this is 3 down, but it looks a little big. And then we go up in 5. So, it's tough right now. I'll tell you what, it is pretty, we're in a tough spot. Silver looks like it's pretty shot. I don't really, oh boy, I don't know about silver. You're right in the retrace. You're right at the 786 or something. So this is a very dangerous spot because you can easily just do that and then do that. A, B, C. So maybe that's why the stock market is crappy. That's probably what's going on here. Looks like a serious correction. So maybe just a pullback. I really hate looking at stock market charts because there's all these gaps and just don't like the way they look. Gold looks like it's chilling. Looks like it might need to come down in an ABC or something. Yeah, so the Dow looks good. You got a 3-wave move working here for the Dow. Maybe we go down a little bit more and then we come up and hit the top for one more wave. I think we can get to a 50,000 Dow. I mean, that's kind of the goal. I think Dow will hit 50,000 under Trump. Here's a big one. USD dominance. What the hell is dominance doing? Nothing really there. Can't really say one way or another. I mean, we got 3 down. Maybe we get 3 up and then we come down in 5. That would be great. Because we want this to go down because this is the dominance of Tether. T-drop. I haven't looked at T-drop in a long time. Yeah, it looks trashy. Yeah. Okay, so we got 5 and then we got 3. First of all, let's take the wicks off because it just looks insane. Remove all the noise. Okay. So, all right. So it looks to me like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A. Looks like you're getting 3 for a B. And then maybe we're going down in 5 for C. Down here. Or this is 3 up and then this is 3 down. And then we get maybe 5 up like this. And then it becomes a bigger 3. That's a tough one because the rest of the market, I wouldn't mess with this until the rest of the market says we're good. Theta versus Bitcoin is continuing to dump, which is unfortunate, but I don't expect it to pump until Bitcoin's topped, right? Maybe that's why my charts were looking a little bit funky. All right, there we go. Do we have any divergence? Yes. Okay. We got triple. Wait, do we? Okay, yeah, we got 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have triple bullish divergence on Theta versus Bitcoin. But is that up on the weekly too? Even on the week, guys, we have weekly bullish divergence on Theta. I mean, but that doesn't mean it's going to play out necessarily because we're still moving down. But I do like how this is almost finished. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A. We have this move here, which is a B. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down for a C. So this is an A, B, C. So we're at the bottom of the barrel, right? And it's up to everybody what they want to do. But, typically when we get to these levels, I mean, that's the area people want to get into altcoins, right? So when you're up here, this is danger zone, right? So yeah, it's all about when's the great flippening going to happen? When are people going to sell their Bitcoin and put it into altcoins? Well, I think Bitcoin needs one more wave. So that'll be, let's look at Bitcoin and then we'll wrap it up. So we need Bitcoin, not this chart. We need Bitcoin to get to one more wave up. And let's take the wicks off here and see if there's anything nice. Oh yeah, that looks good. Got a nice 3-wave pullback. Even on the 2-day, it looks good, right? So you got this nice three-wave pullback. Maybe we could create a little bit of a base here. Let's go up and get that 5th wave. I mean, that's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we need. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go up and get 5. Once we get 5, I think Theta versus Bitcoin and other Bitcoin pairs might do pretty, maybe not so good. But then once we're sort of up here, kind of distributing, that's when we get the alt season. That's when we get a bigger push to the upside. But I think, it's going to take some time because altcoins just really haven't showed up to the party. Bitcoin did its job. Bitcoin did everything it needed to do. It broke out. It went into price discovery. But if you notice, its price discovery is so tiny, right? Here's the all-time high. Back over here. And let's put it on linear just to make it fair. You could see we broke out and now we're in price discovery. But that was it. Now the bear market's here. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. If this works its way back down here, then I'm going to expect an even bigger wave in the future. But if we can get a wave up here, and then we kind of go into our bear market, right? That's when we should see some alts do their things. Yeah, total 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we could be done here. It looks like it. Or if this is a 3 up, nope, that's not going to work. Yeah, it would have to be 5. Or we have a 1, 2, 1, 2, but that doesn't really make a lot of sense. One thing is for sure, though, I should expect a retrace. Once we get that retrace, it should be a little bit more clear. Flare, kind of like an apex. I'm just scouring the market, trying to find anything here. Let's look at something we haven't looked at in a long time. What about Rune? Oh my God, it looks terrible. It looks pathetic. Woo. Well, You got the reaccumulation going on now. See, now Rune would be a coin I would be interested in later on because you have a rise, crash, retrace, right? Is this 3 up and 3 down? I think you're going to get the W here with Rune, but it's going to take quite some time. Man, this thing is dead. This thing went completely insane. Or no, it's okay. This coin here was like one of the best ones. It went from 10 cents all the way up to like $200 or so. Yeah, I'm not really. I mean, we got 3 here. Is that 3 there? Is this 5? 3 up, 3 down, and then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, and this is like a weird flat, a retrace flat, maybe. What about Uniswap? Uniswap, ugh, I don't know. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 is the most bullish, but I don't think so. It looks kind of like a bear flag. It looks like an A, a B, and then it looks like it's going to drop off a cliff. Man, this is not what I like to see here. A lot of these coins just don't look like they're not even near ready for anything. Unlike XRP. What about IMX? See, IMX is okay because I have 3 up, I have 3 down. I can work with that. Filecoin is just playing with disaster. I mean, it's like right at the 0 line, man. But I think eventually it'll get going. Is this a weird B wave? A, B, and then we get C later on? Uniswap just kind of freaked me out because that just doesn't look good at all. But you have Litecoin and XRP, which I really like. I like Injective, I mean. Is that what it's called? Yeah. I like that. That's a pretty big 3-wave pullback there. Wow, that 3-wave pullback goes way the hell back here. This chart I like because look at this. We have 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have a 3-wave pullback. I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect. And we have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in C. Do we have bullish divergence? Let's go to the 2-day. No, we don't have any on the daily. Yeah, we have it on the daily. But that's it. We need some type of news narrative or something to turn this around. And it really goes on the financial system, right? Like if interest rates are going to be lowered and liquidity opens up and breadth opens up, right? That's going to help. But right now it's like, the Fed is signaling a recession now. Like all of a sudden Trump got into office. Oh, now we're going to get a recession. Now we need to raise interest rates, right? I think Trump wants a recession to force the Fed to reduce the rates, right? To put him in a, it's a weird jigsaw puzzle that they're playing. Helium looks interesting. I like helium a lot. You got this 5-wave move. You got A, and you got, I want to say B, and then C. You got a nice 3-wave shape working here. So if this is a 1 and this is a 2, it's, again, investments, it's like watering, it's like planting your first tree, right? You bought your first home and there's no trees in the backyard and you want to plant a tree and you water it every day and then eventually it starts to grow. but it just takes time, you know? So a lot of these charts are just been bleeding a lot. You know, you get these big bleeds, but then you get these big pops that come out of nowhere. And that's kind of what we're waiting for. Give us a pop. Give us something. Like sand here, you created this base, you broke out, and then you came all the way back down to the... So we got some support on some things. 1 inch. Who names their coin 1 inch? It's only moved 1 inch. XDC. I don't like XDC anymore. It just looks kind of scary. Oh, man. I like the double bottoms, though. Anytime you get 5 waves down, you get a double bottom. That looks good. Tron. Tron looks bullish because it looks like it needs a retrace. You got this big base in here. It looks like you're going to come up and have a retrace for Tron. We already looked at Link. It looks good. OMG. You got 3 up, 3 down. I'm just kind of looking around. This is dead. Coin. Not interested. Man, out of all the coins in the world, XRP was my biggest holding. I'm so glad I did not get into any of these other dead things, because that would have been a complete death. Ave's flagging out in here. Theta fuel, we talked about theta fuel yesterday. You know, it's got the 3-wave shape now. So we have, it's confirmed. We have it. 3 up, 3 down. Now it's all about establishing a low and getting ready to go. Theta fuel looks really good compared to some of these other trashy coins. They look terrible. Theta fuel looks nice. I don't know why I have like 3 different charts of that one. Sealer. Don't like it. What about Fetch? I like Fetch a little bit. Here. Yeah, we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. So, and we got 5 in C. And we're almost oversold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you got 5 in C, and you got bullish divergence. I wouldn't mind getting this one. I think this, out of all the charts I looked today, if I'm going to add anything to my coin list or position, I would maybe add a little bit of this one, but not right now. I don't know what the hell this is here. I mean, it looks like we're flagging out. I have to zoom in a little bit further. I mean, it looks okay. I just wish it would give us a little bit more, and I would love to buy it here and then maybe get a bigger retrace and then sell it. You know, this is for trading purposes. But even long-term hold, I think it looks pretty decent. Gala? Yeah, see, all of these coins are just dead, man. Just... Alright, guys, I think that should do it for this video. XRP is rocking and rolling. I mean, we're up 261 right now, so it looks pretty good. And remember, getting rid of these wicks look actually pretty nice. You got that 3-way pullback there. So maybe we can get going here for Monero. And Monero needs a little bit of work. I'm still holding out for Monero. And that should do it. So anyways, guys, I'd appreciate for everybody tuning in. It was kind of a boring situation, but you know, it is what it is. And not financial advice, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.